are going to study about silk. In this picture, as we all know, silk is an animal fiber. It is obtained from the silkworm, which is also known as silk moth. Silk, what are the features of the silk? Silk is soft, strong, lustrous and light in weight. Silk is the most softest fiber and it is light in the weight and it has some shining in it. And other than that, it is mainly obtained from the cocoons of silk moth or silkworm. Rearing and management of the silkworm or obtaining silk is called as sericulture. When some farmers do rearing and management of the silkworms to obtain the silk, that process is known as sericulture. After that, this we are going to study about silkworm. Life cycle of silkworm, how the silkworm grows and what are the different stages which develops a silkworm from egg to a full silkworm. In this first stage is the egg stage. In this egg stage, mainly the silkworm life cycle consists of 4 main steps. The 4 main steps that from egg to it converted into caterpillar, from caterpillar to larva, then pupa, and the last stage is adult stage. These 4 stages include some different steps. In the first life cycle, the female silkworm lays egg around very tiny many tiny eggs around this. These eggs are then collected and washed and incubated under the 25 degrees Celsius of temperature, so that these eggs can hatch and the larva can come out from that hatched egg. After that, when these eggs are boiled and washed, incubated 25 degrees, then the egg hatches worm, and this worm slowly on the mulberry leaf, they eat that mulberry leaf, they feed on that mulberry leaves, and around this larva stage takes 27 days, and this during this 27 days this larva eat the mulberry leaves, and after this 27 days completed, then this larva stop eating and it is starting forming the silk around its body, and this forms spinning around the cocoons and it converted into the cocoon form, and that stage is known as pupa state. When the larva stop eating, then it start forming silk around its body, and that state is known as pupa state. After this pupa state, the cocoons thus formed, collected and proceed. The silk moth continues to produce silk around its body, and at the end of the pupa state, the silk moth cuts open the cocoon over its body, and the young moth flights come out from it. After that, the pupa stage, that pupa change into a moth, and then it slowly converted into the adult, and this adult then come out from the silk and it produces silk around its body, and that after this adult after this the adult moth mates with each other, and they mates each other, and again they give female moth give eggs, and this process includes the all processing, and after that they has been dead, and like this they complete their life cycle process. The adult gives small tiny eggs again, and that again from egg to a caterpillar, from a caterpillar to larva to pupa, and change into the moth. This life cycle has been given in your book on the page number 31, and you have to draw this life cycle in your notebook so that you can understand the different stages of the silkworm life cycle of silkworm easily. And after that, the life cycle of silkworm, next thing is silk production. In this silk production, many different factories, machines are used to produce silk, and then after the adult converted into it, they form the silk. Then that silk, the cocoons are put into hot water, and putting the cocoons into hot water, then that hot water kills the worms and it loses the filament which it forms over its body. Then this filament has been taken out from the cocoon by the process by which fragments are collected from the cocoon body. That process is known as reeling process or a flagellation process. This reeling and flageur process has been done. After this, special machines are used and the silk obtained from this reeling and the flageur process, the silk is known as the raw silk, the pure silk. After this, the small fibers are taken from that filaments, small fibers, they converted into a small fibers and a silk thread, and then that silk thread is used for making clothes and other wares which we wear. After this, what are the properties of silkworm? What are the properties of silk? First, the silk is the strongest natural fiber and it has stretched in almost 25% of the original length. It stretches 25 from its original length and it is the strongest natural fiber. It can get it can be dyed easily. It dries easily and is extremely elastic, and it is smooth and the finest of all the fibers. There are different type of varieties of silk, that is mulberry silk, nectis tassar silk, muga silk and kosha silk. These are the 4 different varieties of silk obtained from the silkworm and which are available on the market. After that, this some diseases are also related to the silk. As we all know, the silk is mainly produced in the industries and the factories. The workers who work on these industries and factories to produce the silk, to make the silk, to convert that silk from one processing to taking the silk from cocoon to converting it into a small fibers and clothes. Many workers work on this silk industry. First thing is, when we put the cocoon into a hot water, the worker has to put their hand into the hot water to check that filament has been removed from the cocoon or not. So for this, putting their hand into hot water can cause the burning of skin, and wounds are there, injuries are there which affect their skin infections are there, and many diseases are there. Other than it also includes the silk also includes a focus and a concentration. In which way do their concentration? It is required 14 to 16 hours of a standing. The worker has to stand continuously from 14 to 16 hours a day, and he have to focus on the fine threads of the silk, and this fine threads of the silk, focusing on them, that may cause headache and eye problems to the workers. Other than that, boiling of cocoon, and when workers boil the cocoons onto large tanks and they release some fumes and vapors. This fume and vapors which released from the hot cocoons, boiling cocoons, may lead to respiratory problems like asthma and bronchitis. This type of a different type of diseases, respiratory related problems are also there. Machines of spinning and weaving of the machine which produce lots of noise. It may make people it may cause hearing problems on the workers. So from this, now our chapter number 3 has been completed. With this, your work has to complete you have to draw the life cycle of the silkworm from your book, not from this. You have to draw the diagram given in your book, in your notebook, and other thing, you have to write this word bank in your notebook so that you can understand the meaning of the words given here. Thank you.